Yo guys, what the fuck's going on? Welcome to Car Ep Parked Edition. I'm here with Connor.
This is cool. There's already a guy like looking at us. For fuck's sake,
this is like the kids thing all over again. Shit.
Shush. He's looking at us.
He's looking at us. Fuck, dude. He's fucking looking at us. I'm gonna flip out.
Oliver, stop.
I got anger issues, dude. I'm sorry. Connor, it's okay. Is this looking at us?
Yeah, it's fine. Let me spark up my cigarette. I'll feel a little bit better.
But hey, Connor, how have you been doing?
So he's having a little look back. Hello. How are we doing?
I'm good. Well, why? So we just went to get food, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't fill up too much, did you?
Fill up what? Food wise?
Yeah.
No, not too much. Just had a little sandwich.
Well, in that case, do you remember earlier when I got in your car?
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but it was very uncomfortable, for me. It's because when I sat down, something went up my ass.
What went up your ass?
You can have one if you want.
Oh, banana. I'll have a banana. Yes,
yeah?
please.
Do you want the sticker one or the regular one?
I'm easy. Either or is good with me.
Hold up.
You pick a banana and I'll have it.
Give me a second. I'm going to take off half of the sticker from one banana and put it on the other, because I can tell that you're getting a little bit jealous.
Yeah. I'm going to put my sunglasses on so that I feel less anxious.
Oh, really? Because people like going past think we're fucking idiots.
Yeah, I feel like one of the biggest things when you're like filming, especially in public, is like, even if you're recording yourself, I feel like people, like, I don't know, people just get drawn to it. Like,
it's cool though, right? It makes you feel cool. Like, yeah, I'm fucking filming, motherfucker. Look at me! Look at me go! And then you start screaming, and there's like little kids walking by, and their parents like call the police and shit. Sorry.
Maybe not so the last part, but yeah, I guess there's a feeling of, I guess, power within filming. However, when we were like, oh god, I remember when I used to do YouTube videos, but I remember when we did that Hugo one, like when we were recording that, like someone came up and spoke to us for like, do you have permission to be filming here? Have you asked the person? I don't know why they spoke like that, but have you spoken? It was more like,
I've made £1 million from this field.
Yeah,
I'm a disgrace.
I'm here walking my dog and seeing you film here. To be fair, I just jumped into that pond and I was like getting changed with a towel on.
Yeah, so
in the middle of a field. And he was like, he just came up to me and he was just like watching me change.
I think he was more upset about the fact, because we filmed a video where it was a survivalist video, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's aged well though.
It's good. It's really fucking funny.
I'll
leave it in the description.
I feel like that video has aged pretty well. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's fucking
I feel like
funny.
we planned it, like, brief bit of context. We planned it in a science lesson where I was like, oh, I've got an idea. We should go to a field this like weekend, like record something this weekend, do it.
And it was just basically go there. Pretend you survive. Yours Hugo.
Hugo the survivalist,
in a field next to a main road.
Yeah, it's
and the end of it,
surviving in the wild.
It
was like, hi, my name's Hugo, and welcome to Hugo the Survivalist, or How to Survive with Hugo. I'm going to show you how to survive in the wild with nothing but your bare hands. Like that one. It was like a Bear Grylls kind of like parody. We were recording.
I was just double checking, but don't worry, we are still recording.
Okay. Yeah, so it was like a Bear Grylls like survival video, and then like you were saying, that guy. What was the main thing he was annoyed at? Was it because we were filming there?
Can I just check?
Yeah, you check.
Hello. Yeah, we must be going. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
It was because the reason that he came up to us and was upset, wasn't because we were filming. I think it's because you had just filmed the ending where you jump into the pond, right?
Yes.
And then it was like, it's freezing cold. Because the very ending of the video, what is it? What was the reason that you jump in the pond? I can't remember.
It was to escape the police, as I said.
Oh, but then, if anything, it got us in trouble.
Yeah.
It was kind of ironic.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, he was just like, there's women and children around. Do they really want to see your fucking hot cock? And he started sucking you off. And then I filmed that, and then you never uploaded. Why did you not put that bit in the video? I thought
I feel like it was a little bit like 18 plus rating.
Well, I think you were saying when he was sucking you off, you're like, oh, this is gonna be the best bit of the vid, but then when you finished, he was like, well, that was lame. Let me try you out, and then he started sucking me off. And I feel like you got a bit jealous that I had a bigger load as a 15-year-old for the 80-year-old guy.
Yeah, I feel like there was just something where within myself, I felt like we were competing, for this guy's like sexual gratification. We were both just like really, really competing, and then both of us then sucked him off and tried to like obviously.
He didn't come though. He couldn't come.
He didn't come.
It was just dust.
Yeah, it just tasted like a mixture of like sofa and like Worthington's like.
Yeah, it was like doing the cinnamon challenge.
Yeah,
I just came cinnamon in our mouth.
Yeah, but it wasn't much of a. It wasn't a. Well, it was more of a challenge to get him to bust a nut.
Yeah, it was more. It was more the challenge was on him. Fucking old piece of shit.
I love how you can keep a bit going without breaking character and like cracking up a laugh. But I feel like if I was in public with you trying to record stuff, I'd be cracking up, man. I
appreciate that.
There's like a different level of confrontation though. Like I feel like when I take photos of people, like, oh god, that sounds a bit perverted, doesn't it? But like when I go into the street and like take photos of people or things that I see that interest me, there's a level of confrontation that I find that I have to like step out of a comfort zone and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get this shot. Whereas mine is like about a decisive moment, whereas yours is like a long, elongated, like interacting with people. You got like people like genuinely like engaging and looking at what you're doing. Do you never feel like uncomfortable by like doing it at times?
I pretty much always feel uncomfortable. Yeah, it's like I go back and look at the footage and I think, how the fuck did I just do that? Like I'm looking through the footage and I think, if someone approached me on the street while I'm in this state I am right now, and they were like, oh, what's the time? I would instantly feel like, oh shit, okay, I'm going into talking to someone mode. I'll definitely feel a wave of like anxiety at the idea of talking to a stranger. But I think doing a video for me, it's like I just need to throw myself in the deep end and understand that once I'm there, I'm there. Because really, once I've managed to get myself to that heightened point of like, okay, I could actually probably be arrested today and I would be okay, kind of thing. Like just accepting that.
Well, it'd make a good part of the video.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just getting to that point, and once you're there, I don't know if you've noticed this taking pictures, but probably if you take a picture of one stranger. Well, I've done it now. I'll do it again and again and again and again.
Yeah, there's like a repetition with it, and also there's like there's also like like not a power play, but there's like a bit of reassurance in the fact that you can take photos of people in public property and it not be illegal. Like
same with interviews.
Yeah. So the thing is that it's about. Oh God, I don't want to sound like a bloody fucking. Sound a bit like too. I don't know, but it's about respecting that, Like I don't want to sound like too, like I know what I'm doing sort of thing, because I'm still, like I think we're both still figuring out what we're doing, and like fucking hell, I'm burping.
Yeah, 'cause there's times where I feel bad about filming something, and I'm like, but that was good.
Yeah, thanks.
But the footage is like, well, the footage is really good, but I also know that I made someone very uncomfortable. Trying to figure out where that line is. Is it how worth it is it to make someone feel very uncomfortable but get some very good footage? Where's that line?
I think to make something in public, to make something good, you risk to like put something out there and to risk creating something that is genuine. Obviously, you're always going to risk making someone feel uncomfortable, but I don't think that word has to have a lot of weight and ammunition within it when if you're going about it in the right way, like when you're, especially if you're doing a character, it's quite easy, like in some of your videos where I've seen you go to like Cambridge and stuff like that, to the city, like you've obviously put on a persona and a character, and I guess there's a same level of that when you're taking photographs. Like you become a character in a way, or you become like so ingrained in what you're doing that you kind of become like a step, like maybe a step up or a step below yourself in a way. Like you're just giving your all into like the camera, essentially.
You don't really feel like yourself. You feel like you're serving a different purpose.
Oh, exactly. And I think also that feeling of being uncomfortable or making someone feel uncomfortable, I think if you yourself feel uncomfortable like whilst doing it, I guess you know that you're pushing yourself to a point where you're making something that is, I guess, profound or somewhat interesting, or it has some sort of like, you know, vision to it, I guess.
I think when I went up to that couple in Taco Bell.
Oh my god, that bit is...
And just fucking yelled at them. I think that was very profound.
Can I have some of your Taco Bell?
Yeah, that's probably the most profound shit ever done.
It is. Oh my god.
I'm making a joke. I don't think it is profound, but
no. But I think it is just genuinely so, like, uncomfortably funny. I remember.
Thank you, dude.
I've shown it to certain people before, and I think it's just a bit where, because it's a 360 camera, right, you're using.
Yeah.
So you got like your face and them, and you're just like peering over, like looking at them, being like, "Can I have a taco? Can I have a bite?" And
I mean, I stood over them. I've probably spoken about this before, but I stood over them for like a good minute and a half, or maybe 2 minutes. I cut it down to like 10, 20 seconds, but
those 10, 20 seconds feel like the longest 10 to 20 seconds there.
It ends with her saying, "Okay, I'll give you a bit of cheese, but do you mind leaving us alone after that?"
Yeah.
She's so polite. And when she said that, my heart kind of like sunk. I was like, "Oh my god, please just be mean to me so I can leave." Like,
yeah.
I wanted her to like yell at me so I could leave, but I just, yeah. I'm so glad she eventually told me to go away in a very nice way. But yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a confrontation in while you've been taking pictures?
Yeah. I feel like confrontation is like, it's so, it spans a lot of different things. Confrontation can be aggressive, it can be polite, it can be awkward. I think at the end of the day, situations that I've been in is mainly like people asking me, like, "Why did you take my photo?" Or if I've asked someone to take their photo, like, it's sometimes quite a little bit uncomfortable, but I think when you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, I think that's when you're making work that is truest, or is at least, I think within art, quotations, within like a singular thing, rather than something that moves like a video. I'm using quite like fucking... nice.
Sorry,
fart.
dude.
No, that was a good fart. That was a good one.
I feel we're in an enclosed space.
No, that's good. It gives me a little bit more time to think. I think without sounding too much arty, farty fucking bullshit, it's like, yes, I've felt, and I've been in uncomfortable situations when taking photographs, of course. I think like the biggest ones for me, not necessarily have just been me. Like, when I went to Rome and I was shooting with photographers out in Rome, one of my friends, Jamal, he's very confrontational with his style of shooting and taking photos. Like, he'll go up to someone and be in their face and take their photograph. So
That's awesome.
So it literally removes any part of, I guess, inconspicuousness and any part of trying to be quite coy or quite like timid with taking a photograph, because then when you're in someone's face straight away, then you're getting, it's aggressive, yes, but then you're getting you're going to get a response that is genuine of that person in that split second, but also I think you risk having an aggressive response back.
Yeah.
And he was one guy that he took a photograph of, like, throttled him in Italy
with his neck, with the neck.
Yeah. He throttled him. He was like shouting in Italian, like swearing at him, just being like, "Oh, why the fuck you take my photo?" And then like some people like walking by were like, "Hey, it's just like, fuck off, like leave the guy alone. Like, there's no way to react to it." But he was like, Jamal was like saying to me that he could like smell the alcohol in his breath. So
there we go.
Yeah, a little bit more aggressive from like obviously drinking, maybe, who knows. But there's been times where, like, I think with me, I often like to go with like a charm offensive.
Right.
So it's always about like, "Oh, I think you look like, I like what you're wearing," or "I think you look unique," or "Oh, you look great. Like, can I take a photograph?" Like, it's always a paying a compliment, because at the end of the day, I don't want it to be like, you look like fucking shit. Like, you look fucking awful, but that's why I want to photograph you. because that doesn't. So if you're saying someone looks unique, it's much more kind and endearing to that person.
You've got
because
a very unique gap between your teeth, bitch. Yeah.
And I think also that there is, like, photographers who have said, like, going out and taking photographs, like, you could and have the possibility to ruin someone's day by, like, going up to them and taking their photograph in their face. Like, yeah, you have I think with equally chance of upsetting someone, you also have the chance to make someone's day. Like, I know various photographers who go and ask people or pay interest in someone, and they seem very, like, endeared by the fact that someone wants to pay them attention to take their photograph and learn about their story.
It just entirely depends on the person, right?
It depends on the person who's interacting with them, and then the person themselves. So, for example, yourself, when you go out and you make stuff, you have such a aura of, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Just like an insane, like, when people see me, they think, okay, I've been approached by I'm now interacting with someone who's probably insane. How do I deal with this? And a lot of people's reaction is just like anger, like, get the fuck away from me. I don't understand this. Get the fuck away from me. And that's completely understandable, because it's like, it's just fucking insane. But then I've noticed that some people's reactions, which are probably my favorites, but also have me feeling like the worst, that they are trying to help, is that they'll be like, oh yeah, no, oh, that's great. That's, they'll treat me like I'm mentally retarded, because that's how I'm presenting myself.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, you're filming, oh, that's great, how, and they'll ask, like, try and something, oh, you know where you are, they'll try and make sure everything's fine, and it's so nice when people are like that, but I also do feel, I feel almost more bad when it's that, but I feel less bad when I've made someone, scream at me or whatever, because it's just like, okay, this, it's when someone's acting really nice and kind of feel like, oh shit, I don't deserve this. I'm actually, like, I'm an asshole. I'm just I'm pretending to be, but yeah, I don't know. I think also with like what you were saying with, like, being nice to people and stuff, my intention is never to, like, actually, I guess, make fun of someone. It's always, like, to make fun of myself in front of other people and see how they react.
I think that's, like, the whole premise of, though, like, what people want to do with that sort of, like, art form. I think some people also want to make people uncomfortable. Like, some people, like, get a kick out of that.
I do like making people uncomfortable. I have to admit, it's very funny to see, but it's never like, hey, look at this. This person's uncomfortable. Look how stupid they are. It's like, look, it's like making other people the straight man, if that makes sense. Like, I'm the retarded person, and they're like, they're having to deal with some stupidity, and however they react. I'm not making fun of how they react. It's just funny to see their reaction to something stupid.
I don't want to seem like I'm beefing you here, but
holy shit!
Do you think you can say the R word? Is the R word? I think
because I identify as retarded, so I can say that. I identify as a fucking retarded piece of shit. No, I can't say the R word. Because
I mean, I feel like I've I don't know if in a podcast if I've said it, to be fair. But I think it really depends. Like, I think for me, I steer clear of, like, obviously hurtful words and slurs and shit like that, because I don't really fuck with it. Plus, also I've got, friends who would clearly be offended by some of those things.
I'd be, because I'm one of your retarded friends.
Yeah. But also, I think that word as well. Like, I remember there was like a. And it's not saying that the source is a credible source, but, like, have you ever watched The American Office?
Yes.
Steve Carell's character goes, you wouldn't call a disabled person, and then the R word.
Does he say it in the show?
Yeah. He's like,
oh my god,
you wouldn't call a disabled person that. You call your friends that when they're acting, and then says the word
when they're acting like disabled.
Yeah, exactly. But I think, and you obviously you laugh at it because you're like, obviously it's a joke within a joke itself. God, to sound fucking so critical of a fucking TV show, but it's a joke.
It's a clever show.
Yeah. Oh no, completely. It's a joke upon the guy who clearly is not really knowing much about anything, but kind of thinks he's funny or wants to be funny. I think for me, like I know people who still say the word, and like I've said it here and there, but I don't think it's like I don't know. Like, do you never feel like you'll be at the forefront of like cancellation and shit?
I
like
don't give
that?
a fucking shit. Fuck you. You're all fucking retarded. Suck my dick. Oh, you think because you're retarded I won't ask you to suck my dick? I'll knock your fucking teeth out, and you can go my fucking dick, bitch. Suck. And this goes out to any like faggots out there as well. Just shove your dick in my ass, okay? I'm not gay, but I like it. I'm not gay.
God.
No, I think you should be able to say any word. If that wasn't made clear by that, even the N word.
Oh no, I wouldn't go.
I think
I don't. It makes me crease when people say it. If I'm
it
honest,
does. It makes me cringe too. But I don't think. I whatever. Say what you want.
yeah, freedom of speech. I get it, but I feel like I don't know.
I think so long as you're being
can't
funny, that's the only one rule. So long as it's
Yeah.
funny, that's the only rule.
I feel like within. It's like with anything though. I feel there's obviously. I don't know what how I feel about it or how I'd want to talk about it, but like I don't know. For me, I don't like saying
That's fair enough.
saying it because at the same time I've got like not just like friends, but also like it just doesn't morally sit right with me. But I understand because like there's no way of me like. I'm not like defending the fact of that you can say it, like, but nor am I saying that like I've known people or been in scenarios where people have literally just used it as like a fucking another word, like for like fuck or other things like that, and it makes me want to like throw up at times because I'm just a little bit like, do you just not have a better sense of vocabulary to talk about like anything else or say anything else? But also at the same time, it's like it's quite cringy when people say it. But then they'll happily like listen to rap music or happily listen to things made by black people or people of color, and then they'll say it, and it's just like, why are you saying it? Like, what do you think? It's not like the riot, and I'm not trying to be like super wokey liberal. I kind of find even those words quite funny, like woke and
there's two opposite ends of the spectrum, right?
and shit like that, because it's I just at the end of the day I feel like yes, you can get offended, and I think there's certain things that you shouldn't say and certain things that are nasty. However, at the same time, I think on the other end there's also the whole thing of like freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want, and I think there's like obviously a fine line between saying what you want and then also realizing that you can come across as like very ignorant with saying.
Yeah, there should be. I think. There should be the consequences to what you say should be social consequences. They shouldn't be legal consequences. If I say the nigger word, right?
Oh no, Oliver.
And so no, I that was dubbed. I got a black guy to do that in dubbing. That wasn't actually me. That was a black guy.
No, you can't. As your friend, I feel like you can't.
I've said it before.
I know you've said it before, but like I'm not like trying to be like. I just don't know, like, it just doesn't sit, like, right with me, like...
How come? It's just a word.
I know, and I think older generations see it like that as well. However, I don't know, just from, like...
I would never...
It's a racist... And it's a racist word,
I think everything requires context, right? That's...
Yes, no, I understand. You sounded like... early iDubbbz over here.
Yeah. No, I'm taking his mantle, dude.
Oh, really?
No. That'd be funny though, right? Okay, this is completely off topic, but his name iDubbbz has 3 B's. The only other word that I can think that has 3 B's in a row is Teletubbies. Do you think it's inspired by that? Maybe. Back to the M word. What would make me uncomfortable is saying, "Oh, you stupid fucking N-word" to like a black guy or whatever. Like I would never do that, obviously.
Yeah.
But if there's like a joke, or if there's something I can say or do that involves any word. I don't know. I don't want to limit my what I'm allowed to say. I don't want to say that here's a word you can never say no matter what, I guess. If that makes sense. But there is certain contexts I wouldn't use it, because obviously I wouldn't go up to a disabled person and call him a fucking retard, even if he is fucking retarded.
Yeah,
shit.
I get you. I get you.
Hey, you should say the R word as this lady walks by. But just out of context. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I don't know if you're going to have to cut that bit, though, because I might have some friends watching this, and they might just be like, absolutely fucking...
I don't care what they think of me.
No, or maybe what they think of me for not, like, getting too angry about it, or like...
You can scold me now. You can scold... What do you think of... like, genuinely, though? Because if you disagree, I completely understand. I meet people
It's less of, like... me being like angry that you say the word. I think it's more the fact of like, I think like it comes from a place of...
Sorry, before you complete that thought, can I just restart the camera? I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's. Oh yeah. Nice. I think it's more like disappointing to hear it be said, because like obviously, I don't know. I just think it comes across as like a bit. Yeah. Of course, it's like offensive and disrespectful, of course, but pardon me. But also, I think it's like it is like a obviously it is like a racist word, and like I feel like I don't know.
What word do you think your friends will be most upset about?
Probably the N word. You know, I
That's understandable. I think it's the most. It's probably the single most upsetting word ever.
You gotta bleep it out.
No,
you gotta keep it fully in.
I mean, I don't know.
Do you not think YouTube takes it down these days?
No. I mean, I think it can maybe, but I'm technically not breaking any guidelines. Like, you can't be racist, but you can say any word out of context. It might happen, but I'm not breaking any. It's not breaking any rules.
No. Oh yeah, I understand that.
I'm eating some chocolate, by the way, because I went to quit smoking. You got to eat the chocolate. Do you know that?
Is that what they say?
Well, it's like a similar. Well, I say that. I'm trying to get fat.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like it's just one of those things, Like I don't agree with it being said, especially by like white people. Like I just think it comes across as just
dude,
a
that's
bit like
racist, dude. Saying which races can say which words. You're fucking racist as shit. Oh my god. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe. But it's just like I don't know. I just don't agree with it. Like.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna quickly reply to something on the text, so you can probably cut this bit out if you like.
Oh my god. What the fuck? Well. Awkward.
Yeah. But
what?
it's like I don't hate you for saying it, because I feel like it just comes across as like
you find me maybe you maybe find me a little cringe.
I think it's like cringy. I've heard people say it in context and out of context, and I just always just feel like it's not necessary, it's not needed. But I understand you saying it, and I'm not gonna like take away your right from saying it. But I feel like,
dude, I've got rights. I can scream the N-word whenever I want.
No,
you actually can't in Britain. Is the funny thing.
No,
it's illegal.
Yeah. Are you mixed race?
That's actually the reason I can say the N-word. I'm black. I'm full black. I just stay inside all the time. I'm full. No.
Are you? Do you have like cultural?
I don't even know what I am. I'm like, so I think what it might be is one of those stitches. I don't know if you Connor, or anyone out there remembers learning about this in school, but you can have like white parents, and then like a darker baby can come out just because of like a recessive gene.
Yeah,
I believe it's one of those.
Or because your dad's like slightly tanned, isn't he? He's got like the same, or if not, like a darker complexion to you.
And my gran was not as dark as... The thing is my dad's dad was completely white, and my gran was slightly dark. but like you'd probably call her white. But then my dad is like much darker than my gran, and then I'm.
So are you technically like mixed race then? Like,
no, I don't know. I would say That's the thing. It's all fucking bullshit anyway. It's just like, well, who gives a shit?
Because obviously then you, God, that's the whole thing though, isn't it? It's like, if you are, then you get like you obviously can.
See, it's all bullshit. Do you see how you're trying?
Yeah,
it's just fucking
because then in my brain, to rationalize it, for not feeling bad for hearing it, then I'd be like, oh, okay.
You can pretend I'm black if you want, if that makes it better. Yo, I'm a black dude. Is that a good impression?
No comment.
Connor will not be leaving a
feel
comment
like
on this video, guys.
I feel like I'm going through like the H3 arc, you know, like when at the start, like he was very, very on it in his early stuff, like actually saying quite offensive stuff. I mean, he still does now. Like he said he was going to bomb the NRA and shit like that. But I feel
that's
like
just based. If you can, is he
feel
going to
like
bomb the NRA?
No, but like I feel like he's definitely obviously a person who's he himself used to say like obviously very offensive stuff, slurs and shit like that, and now I think because he's become like very liberal that he's like almost against it. Like you catch him in certain podcasts where he goes to go see the R word, and he's just like he stops himself.
Yeah, that's where he's like went so far another direction where there's probably a middle ground somewhere where it's like, you know, I don't whatever it is. I think the worst thing maybe, at least in my opinion of you know H3 and iDubbbz and stuff is I think they can be nowadays a little bit hypocritical.
Yeah, because they've all gone back essentially on what they've originally stood and said.
Yeah, and like their audiences have been built up on like iDubbbz, freedom of speech guy, this guy fucking rules, and then iDubbbz has a few fans who are like racist, and he's like, oh, that's it, I'm turning my back on everyone. It's like, well, hold up.
Yeah, and he's like, you know, he's made
that's
videos
not all your
now
fans
where
are.
he's like critiqued himself and said that what he said and did was not right.
Yeah, and that like he says, he feels bad about making other content creators feel uncomfortable, but like, hold up. The things you were criticizing them for, so you feel bad for calling out Rice Gum for saying that, like, you know, he was like being horrible to that girl who got raped or whatever. It's like, there's like these content creators did like genuinely like awful shit, and like what you feel bad about calling them out. I don't think you should. I think you put them in their place, and
I think it's like the whole test of does it stand the test of time though? Like you got loads of like comedy shows that are like that don't or didn't stand the test of time, especially from like. I think like 2020, like you look at like Little Britain and like Come Fly With Me, got taken off because Matt Lucas did
Fly
like.
With Me? I can't remember.
It basically was like Little Britain, but just all based in like an airport.
With the same guys.
Yeah, Matt Lucas and David Walliams, and Matt Lucas did like blackface, and like so many comedians have done like blackface before.
Have you seen that Always Sunny blackface episode?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoy. Always Sunny. I've pardon me. Like I've enjoyed watching Always Sunny. Like I think it's hilarious. I think it's a very smart TV show, and obviously the context of what you're doing. Like, yeah, I think topics of like slur words or racially motivated words always are going to be quite systemically charged, yes, and socially charged now more than ever, because like you look at ever since like Black Lives Matter happened in 2020, like you look into everything, like even within like sports, you see we had like players taking the knee, and now moving from there still is like say no to racism within like certain campaigns within like the Premier League football, so the English top tier football, but now you've got like almost like not saying no to sexism, but there's like a whole thing of like now female campaigns towards like women, so for them to be more accepted and like to cut out like sexism and stuff like that within like football, sports, and I guess like because sports is so popular, starting in something that's widely viewed, especially by people that might be considered to be sexist. Like the average, I'm not going to say the average football watcher is a racist, misogynistic.
That's footballers, dude. There's a whole bunch of very accepting footballers out there.
But yeah, no, there are. But it's also the whole thing of, you can see why they've obviously did it, because obviously that's going to hit the mass amount of audiences to try and change perception of people. But also I think it's ingrained within certain generations. Like you go back generations, like our grandparents, they probably probably say like the N-word and shit like that. And
dude, that's very ageist of you. That's very ageist. I'm gonna call you out every time you make any kind of like generalization. I'm gonna. No, I'm kidding. No, old people suck shit. What do you think about old people though? Because they're old. They're fucking old as shit.
But
can they not just stop? Just fucking stop.
I feel like we're all going to be old at some point, though. If you think about it.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna either kill myself or figure out how to be young forever. I'm gonna get skin grafts. No one will know. I'm gonna be like one of those fucking crazy people who like, I'm gonna look young forever, dude. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna. Hey, you got like some tattoos.
Yeah. I got some tattoos.
I might get a tattoo hairline on. So like when I go bald.
Yeah.
And then I might because I don't know what else could I get I might get tattooed like contour lines.
Oh yeah.
Tattooed because I don't really want to work out for my whole fucking life. I'll get some tattooed what are they? Abs? They're called abs.
Yeah.
I could tattoo I have to probably get my balls removed at some point because of whatever the fuck happens when you get older. I'll tattoo some balls on my legs.
Tattoo balls on your legs. That's a great one.
What if you could? Okay, here's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a change of subject. We can get back to whatever you want, but on the subject of tattoos.
Okay.
If you had to get rid of all your tattoos except one, what would it be? If it was like they figured out a way to LASIK remove all your tattoos for free. And there was like suddenly a new rule in place. You can only have one tattoo.
Oh god, that's a hard one. One tattoo. Keep one tattoo. Maybe either the one that I've got going across my chest and collar area.
Yeah.
Or I'd probably maybe my Mother Mary one on my hand as well. I might keep that one.
That's a very cool one.
Yeah. I don't really know. Like, I don't know. Like. I'm still so caught off by like you saying shit earlier. Like I don't know. Like
it's all on me. I think it's good to bear in mind all that shit that I said is all on me. Right?
Yeah, because do you never feel like because obviously you never know like the world in the future. But do you never know like what if we both had like high paying jobs or like a job in the future? And then they found the video, and then they're like, well that's it. You're cancelled. You're fired from your job. Like you're socially outcast. Like. Do you think there's any like...
There's definitely going to be some sort of AI learning thing that's like, we're going to scour the entirety of the internet before you even get through the fucking door and figure out whether you've said anything that could be remotely... and then it's just going to be like 100 instances of me saying the N-word and I'm gone. But
if you are like... This is the thing that I was like saying and that I was like obviously backtracking on, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, if you are mixed race or you have heritage in yourself, then I guess you can.
That's the thing. It's all just fucking bullshit. It's like just say whatever you want. If as long as you're not trying to upset anyone, or I'm not trying to upset anyone by saying this. I guess I'm relatively impartial to it. If someone's going to be upset by me saying like a word, then I don't really care whether I upset you, kind of thing. But I'm not actively trying to like belittle anyone or be mean. But I think. In terms of like, am I worried about being able to hold down a job? As like a young idiot, I want to. This is as someone who's got no life experience.
Yeah.
I guess what I would say is, I would prefer to be able to live an honest life than saying maybe what I'm thinking instead of worrying about
how it would be perceived or however people would take it. Yeah.
Having said that, I'm sure. If I have got an opportunity to say make $100,000 a year or something, and it gets taken away from me for shit I've said, I'm sure I'll fucking regret it. But the thing is like, I can't. I don't think it's very good to think like that. At least for me in my brain.
Yeah.
It's probably better for me to I don't know. If I think something, to be honest about what I think, and and to stand by the fact that I maybe don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah,
it's probably
insert like both of us 10 to 20 to 30 years in the future doing like a Twitter post on the notes section of our phone being like, I'm terribly sorry for what I've done, like I shouldn't have said this, like this was stupid, like this was a very regrettable thing, because like people do that, people are doing that, like, you know, like that does happen day to day, that does happen, like
the thing.
know.
I guess like also I mean, going back to the Always Sunny thing of like you know, they obviously did blackface, but they did it in a way that's like that's making fun of blackface. You know, they're making fun of that whole thing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, them getting like that show removed from Netflix. Is that? Can you argue that Netflix is?
Have they still got Always Sunny on there?
Yeah,
though.
but they don't have the blackface episodes.
So they took them off.
Yeah, and an argument I think could be made that Netflix is racist because they're taking away the episodes that make fun of blackface. So are they pro blackface?
I think it's also the thing of you know, there's the whole thing of like whitewashing things, and there's the whole thing of so many corporations and brands will rather save their face and their professional attitude and their brand by removing things.
I think all of them probably do.
It doesn't even just come down to like racism. Like you look at like the BBC, for example, they covered up like obviously fucking Jimmy Savile and like all of his fucking paedophilia, and like they're like the BBC. He
fucking visited the Queen on the regular.
Yeah, the BBC is implicit with what is going on. They are counterparts to what was happening, even though, you know, the producers were probably fired in the future. You know, this is something that happened for a long period of time. You know, you got comedians now being called out like Russell Brand and people like that for what they've done in the past. And so you've got like a lot of things that can be said and used as justification for that, and for the matter of going, oh yeah, that's bad, like we're now getting rid of every bit of evidence that links us to this person. Like you even see it within,
you can't
like,
forget the past.
No,
it's very dangerous.
Well, I think you even like see it as in like within like people will distance themselves from things that will harshly damage either their career or their reputation or their public figure, their persona.
Yeah, only after it becomes a threat to them do they decide.
Yeah, and that's usually the threat to them is when, you know, for a society, when society deems it as bad, then they'll go, okay, I'm distancing myself.
Yeah, you know, 10 years ago, making fun of racism was okay, but now we can't even. No. I would never, ironically, do blackface anymore. I think, in fact, I think blackface is very good, so I wouldn't make fun of it. That's maybe what Netflix is trying to say there, but
yeah, I think it's also like they're trying to like hide the past, and I don't think there's any point of hiding past. I think you can only learn from the past. I think
I agree.
Well, you look at how German school kids are taught about the Holocaust. Like it's not hidden. It's something that is very present in previous history. Not saying that Germany has an affiliation with the Holocaust now, but they do.
It was a big part of the history of Germany,
of course. Yeah. But it's also something that they're taught about now to learn from that mistake.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can call it a mistake, because it was like literally
it was intentional.
It was a whole generation that was brainwashed essentially into thinking a certain way and thinking that only, you know, white German people could be the Aryan and super race, you know. So
I think it's very important that we don't forget how quickly shit can go crazy. Because, like, think about how insane that was. 7 million people died, and it was like there was just this camp. Like, obviously, people know exactly. I don't need to describe, but just how insane that is that was actually reality at one point.
Yeah.
Just don't fucking forget that can happen. If things start to go wrong, you know, you gotta make sure that the right people are in charge.
Yeah, of course.
If anyone runs for office and their name's Hitler something, Adolf, whatever, get them out of here. Fuck. Well, change your name before you run for office.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. What do you change the subject, but keeping on the matter of I guess empires. How
you're a fan of Age of Empires? Sorry. I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, I was about to just say how often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Never. Wait, hold up. I don't know anything about the Roman Empire.
Yeah, because that's a trend now, isn't it? You see all across TikTok and shit like that. It's asking your boyfriend how much they think about the Roman Empire.
Oh, is it because it's a very boyish based thing to talk about?
What is based?
It's when you're you're based in your own opinion. I'm fucking based. I'm based in I got a Minecraft base. Play Minecraft all day, and my mum comes in my room and says, "Oliver, you got a job? You actually gonna do anything with your life?" I'm like, "Mum, I'm fucking based now. Okay, I can play Minecraft all day, and I'm based as shit. I don't have to do anything."
Oh yeah, cameras on low battery is flashing on.
Oh my
red.
God! I think it'll probably have at least another 10 minutes in it.
10 minutes.
If you're good with doing another 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm good. Great with doing another 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean, can we just talk about the Roman Empire for a good couple of minutes?
Yeah, sure. You'll have to educate me. I mean, I don't know. When we talk about the Roman Empire?
I don't know. I'm not gonna be someone who's I know fucking crazy amounts of the Roman Empire, but in terms of a lot of people say they were ahead of their time. They had the aqueducts, they had running water, clean running water. They had baths. They had healthcare. They had the Romans used to essentially learn about what was inside of us as human beings by dismembering and opening up the bodies of their enemies, or by people in the empire who'd die. So they would just open them up and then be like, "Oh, okay."
Can I ask? Is it the Romans that they had fuck, I don't know. This might be some other completely different thing, but I have a vague memory of if you're going to train to be a Roman soldier, you have to sleep outside on the thorns, and then the pain of the thorns is what keeps you warm at night in the cold.
Oh, I don't really know about that.
That might be something completely different, but
I feel loads of generations were essentially ahead of its time. But I think we only use that term ahead of its time because obviously, medieval times, the Dark Ages,
the trend says.
Yeah, well, you look at the Egyptians. The Egyptians weren't yes, they were smart. They didn't unlock the powers of the universe. No,
the aliens were the ones who built the pyramids.
Oh, of course.
So it's nothing to do with the fucking.
But I think the Egyptians built batteries first, literal batteries.
They did?
Yeah, the Egyptians
what the fuck? I never knew about that.
Made one of the very first iterations of a battery. They also mapped out the stars. Very smart, intelligent people. However, even the Romans had things that we would consider today intelligent and ahead of its time. But I think I don't know, clean running water. These things are taken for granted nowadays, but go back a few thousand years ago, and it's a commodity for the Romans and in Rome and across Italy.
If you had to live without one thing, what would you live without? Running water. So that means if you need to take a shit, you need to chuck out a bucket.
Yeah.
You want to wash your hands, you have to piss all over your hands. You want to drink, you have to drink your piss. If you want something to eat, you have to eat your shit. You have to rub shit in your eyes. If you ever get an eye infection, that's probably the only medicine. If you want to wash out your mouth, you have to use your piss as mouthwash.
Yeah.
So would you prefer to live without that, or would you prefer to live with 24 hours without eating meat?
Probably 24 hours without eating meat.
You could go that long without eating meat? Aren't you afraid you might get the vegan curse? Oh shit!
That's a big dog.
This guy's got a dog. Oh my god! No, don't worry. That's just the dog head sticking out of a car.
Yeah.
The car isn't the dog.
No, he's driving a dog. You can't see it on the camera, but he's mounted a dog, and the dog is a 4x4, just driving along.
That's a good question of mine, right? Go without running water forever, or
go without meat for a day. I mean, I could go without meat for a day.
What would you prefer? Go without sucking cock for a day, or go into someone's ass for a whole year? Have your dick inside their ass for a year.
I'd go without sucking cock for a day. I mean, it would kill me. So just that. I'd get fucking like itchy and start sweating. It would be really horrible just to like give up that addiction. But I could give up sucking cock for a day. I'm sure. I'm sure I could do it. Like I can quit whenever I want. Oliver.
I believe you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up. I shouldn't have brought up cock. Do you know what do you think about like there's that story of a girlfriend who is like, oh yeah, I know that my boyfriend is fucking a guy, and then she like puts super glue on his cock, and then he goes to fuck the guy and he gets his dick stuck in his ass.
What? I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's
That exists.
I don't know how that story actually would work because
Yeah.
because like how would you put glue on a boyfriend's cock and then that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm kind of lost now.
I'm sorry, I've derailed the shit out of this thing. For the past like 5 minutes, I think you had something going with the Roman Empire thing, and then I had to. I had to kind of.
I know. I think we'll have to leave it for another pod.
Yeah, let's see how long are we going for. We're going 50-something minutes. So thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much. Join us on the next one where we debate.
So we debated the N word and the R word. What's next time? The F word, and what other bad words are there?
You could do bad words. We could debate.
Should we debate good words?
Yeah, let's debate a good word.
Shall we give them a little bit of a taster? What's your favorite word?
Probably fuck, if I'm honest.
Whoa, hold up. That's offensive to people who are watching this while they're fucking. They're currently fucking their hand while looking at my hot lips.
Yeah, but I like certain curse words, like fucking shit.
My favorite curse word has to be shit, just because shit is so funny. Or fuck is funny, shit is funny.
Oh yeah,
cock.
cock is quite a funny one.
Pussy.